Why is the watered down gospel so popular? Don't let the watered down gospel lead you to hell. Hey, what's up? It's Patrick, it's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about why is the watered down gospel so popular? Don't let the watered down gospel lead you to hell. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Bro, the most popular gospel is the watered down gospel in this world. If y'all notice what's going on in this world, bro, the watered down gospel is the most popular now. Y'all see what's going on. People love it. People love when something is watered down. People love when the gospel is watered down. Bro, when you water down the gospel, people will eat that stuff right up, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's why you see the speakers and preachers, whatever they want to call themselves. Some of them call themselves evangelists. Some of them call themselves prophets, prophetess, pastors, preachers, titles. These people caught up in titles that mean absolutely nothing to God, bro. But hey, let's keep going with the message, bro. The people who water down the gospel is popular, bro, and people eat that stuff right up, bro. When you start watering down stuff, people eat that stuff right up, bro. And I noticed that stuff too, even in my content too, bro. When I'm doing videos and when I'm doing messages encouraging people and this and that, I'm noticing, like, bro, everybody liking these videos, everybody rocking with this stuff. I'm like, so y'all just want me to encourage you and never tell you any type of like hardcore truth or anything like that? I'm seeing what's going on. A lot of people, bro, they just like you to be like a motivational, it's like a motivational speaker. They don't want you to really speak the real gospel. They just want the motivational stuff. They pick and choose what's watered down, bro. That's how majority of people operate. They pick and choose what's watered down because they already been brainwashed by the watered down virus. That's what I'm gonna call it for this message. And I'm still dealing with a cold right now, you know what I'm saying? But obviously the mission doesn't stop, man. We gotta keep going, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna let this. You think I'm gonna let a cold stop me? I'm gonna let a cold and all this sore throat and everything. I'm gonna let a cold stop me? Hell no. But let's keep going with the message though. Look though, man, people love that watered down gospel, man. People will eat that stuff right up, man. I'm trying to tell you, bro, the watered down gospel is so popular, bro. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. The watered down gospel is not the narrow path. Let me repeat that one more time. The watered down gospel is not the narrow path. What do I mean by that? It means that the watered down gospel is so popular, it's not the narrow path that's gonna lead to heaven, bro. Hell no, bro. How is something the narrow path when it has such a large audience? Like, it's not the narrow path, bro. It is not the narrow path. The reason why it has such a large audience and is so popular because it's watered down, bro. Anytime you see somebody who's like popular for watering down the gospel, these people are leading people to hell, bro. That's all it is, bro. People is going to end up in hell because they have chose to compromise. They have chose to water down God's truth. These people out here who speaking this watered down nonsense, the prosperity preachers, the motivational speakers and preachers, these people are going to lead people to hell, bro, because you ain't telling people the real truth, bro. Know what I'm saying? Think about it. How are you going to be a motivational speaker and you're motivating people, oh, go accomplish everything in life. Go chase all your dreams and goals. Go do this, go do that. But you got to understand, bro, these people don't even have a renewed mindset. Their mind is not renewed. So by you motivating them to go chase their dreams and their goals, their brain is already worldly. Their brain could be demonic. So you motivating them, you motivating the demonic mindset that they already have within them. Which what if they dreams and goals is to just kill people, bro? What if they dreams and goals? You don't know what these people dreams and goals is. We're not supposed to be motivational preachers and speakers and all this stuff. And we supposed to keep it real, speak the real truth to these people, man, so they know what's going on, right? Telling you, bro, we're not supposed to center our entire ministry on just being motivational speaker. That should not be your center. That should never be the center of your life. Is being a motivational speaker should not be the center of your life. Now, don't get me wrong. Even me, when I'm doing my messages, I always encourage people. You know what I'm saying? But that's not really the center. You know what I'm saying? That's like on the side, bro, on some bonus type stuff. I'm encouraging the people of God, bro, on some bonus, like, you know what I'm saying? But the center, bro, you gotta give them that real truth, bro. You gotta tell these people that they headed to hell, bro. You gotta really hit them with the real truth, bro. Know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something, bro. That watered down gospel, bro, popular, dangerous. It's dangerous because it's compromising the truth of God, bro. It's almost like you're mixing in like half truth, half lie. Half truth, half lie, compromise. Let me do some mathematics real quick. They speak in the half truth, half lie, compromise, leading people to hell. Well, what's the x plus y equals z squared? Hold on. X plus y equals compromise, watering down the truth, speaking half truth, speaking half lies, compromise equals hell squared. They headed to hell, bro. I'm telling you what I know, bro. Do not get it twisted, bro. Bro, they headed to hell, bro. These people headed to hell. They know. They know it. Some of them may not know it because they deceive, bro. Know what I'm saying? Bro, let me get on these Christians real quick. These Christians out here be like, oh, I have a house, I have a car, I'm so blessed, I'm so this. Know what I'm saying? I'm so glad God is blessing me. God is doing this. God is having blessings on earth and having a car and having an apartment and having money. That don't mean you're not going to hell. And that also does not mean that you're not leading people to hell with the things that you preach. It don't mean that. Having blessings and having money and having a car, having all these material blessings, it doesn't mean that you're not leading people to hell. It doesn't mean that you're not compromising the truth. These people be looking at that stuff, be like, oh man, God is blessing me. I'm so blessed. What are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? That don't mean you're headed to heaven. That just means that you have blessings. It just means that you have all these, a car and this and that. You just have material blessing. It don't mean that you're headed to heaven. It don't mean that you are in the right standing with God. It don't mean none of that, bro. It don't mean that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, bro? The blessing could be from the devil too. Because the devil bless people too. So what are we talking about, really? Bro, this stuff really saddens God's heart, bro. This stuff really like breaks God's heart. How everybody watering down the gospel, man. Everybody's scared, bro. Everybody's a coward, bro. Look, though. Oh, bro, let me tell you something, bro. The reason why watering down the gospel leads people to hell is because what does the Bible say? Cowards shall have their part in the lake of fire. What is so courageous? What's that word? What is so courageous of watering down the gospel? That's some cowardly activity, bro. Watering down the gospel is cowardly activity. That's what the Bible was talking about. Cowards shall have their part in the lake of fire. People who water down the gospel, these people is not courageous. What's that word? Courageous? These people is not courageous, bro. These people, I'm telling you, bro, these people is cowards, bro. These people is not courageous. They ain't even doing no extracurricular activity, bro. All they doing is just compromising, bro. Compromising the truth makes you a coward. Watering down the truth makes you a coward. The Bible clearly states, the cowards shall have their part in the lake of fire. So, if your preacher or your evangelist or your archdeacon or an archdeacon, an archballoonist, if whatever they say, whatever they want to call, the titles they want to call themselves, if they watering down the truth, they cowards. And the Bible clearly states, cowards shall have their part in the lake of fire that burns with brimstone. Know what I'm saying? And there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Watering down the gospel makes you a coward. Compromising the truth makes you a coward. Compromising the gospel makes you a coward. So if you're a preacher and you're a speaker and you're watering down the gospel, you're headed to hell, first of all. And your audience, you are leading your audience to hell as well. You are leading your church members to hell as well. Because you're going to turn them into cowards. Your spirit of being a coward is going to latch onto your fan base. It's going to latch onto your church members. It's going to latch onto your YouTube audience. It's going to latch onto your social media audience, your fan base. Your spirit of being a coward, you are preaching cowardly nonsense. It's going to turn your fan base into cowards. And now your fan base is in danger of ending up in hell because they are cowards. And the Bible says cowards shall have their part in the lake of fire. Now, am I making this stuff up? That's the question. Am I telling any lies? Am I telling any lies, bro? You know what I'm saying? Am I making stuff up? Am I telling any lies? Come on, bro. This is common sense. Bro, even a kid with binocular can see through this stuff right here. This is common sense. You water down the truth, you're a coward. You compromise the truth, you're a coward. Coward squared equals the square root equals hell squared. You're headed to hell. I'm telling you, bro, it's mathematics, bro. This stuff is mathematical right here. And when you look around, bro, the most popular speakers is watering down the gospel. The most popular preachers is watering down the gospel. The most popular evangelists and YouTubers is watering down the gospel. The most popular podcasters and all these Christians watering down the gospel. They all doing the same thing. They all cowards, bro. They all headed to hell, bro. Somebody may be like, oh my gosh, you're so harsh to them. You're so judgmental because I'm not watering down the gospel. Do you see what I'm trying to say, bro? Because I am not a coward, bro. I tell them what it is to their face. These people be scared to tell these people that they headed to hell. These people is cowards. If you're scared to tell people that they headed to hell, you're a coward as well. You are also in danger of being headed to hell because you're also a coward. You're scared to tell these people that they headed to hell. Why are you scared to tell these people that they headed to hell? They finished. They have to repent, bro. They gotta change their way, bro. They gotta stop being scared. They gotta get that spirit of fear off of them. They scared. They coward, bro. You know, but hold on. Let me look at. I wrote down some stuff real quick. Hold on. The reason I'm gonna tell you the reason why people love the watered down gospel. This is the reason right here. These people love the watered down gospel because it allows them to still have control over their life. Let me repeat that one more time. People love the watered down gospel because it allows them to still have control over their life. They don't want to fully surrender their life to God. They don't want to fully surrender control of their life over to God. They want to still control their life. They want to still live life how they want to live. They don't want to fully surrender control of their life to God. They don't want to fully surrender to God. That's why they love the watered down gospel. Because the watered down gospel, it allows them to be able to still control their life, to still be able to not surrender to God. That's what the watered down gospel do. That's all it do. It pretty much makes people live life how they want to live. It makes people, the watered down gospel, the consequences and the side effects of the watered down gospel in compromising the truth, it pretty much makes people live life how they want to live, to whereas they don't even have to surrender to God, bro. That's why the watered down gospel is so popular, because people don't even need to surrender to God. People don't even need to give up control of their life over to God, bro. People could still live life how they want to live. Pretty much being worldly. People could still live life how they want to live and still expect God to let them into heaven, which is not going to happen, bro. These people headed to hell, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. You always see watered down speakers is gonna be more popular. Watered down preachers gonna be more popular. Watered down YouTubers is gonna be more popular. The people who don't water nothing down, bro, they not getting pushed like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? The people who's not watering nothing down, man, they ain't getting pushed like that. You gotta water stuff down. You gotta sell your soul to the spirit of compromise. Let's talk about that right there. You have to sell your soul to the spirit of compromise in order for them to let you through, bro. They not gonna let you through if you ain't watering stuff down. Have thy lost thy mindeth? They not doing it, bro. No, I'm saying they not gonna let you through and gain all this popularity and all this stuff if you ain't watering nothing down. Have thy lost thy mindeth? But hey, bro, I encourage more people to get out of the spirit of compromise. Get out of the watering down virus. Get out of that spirit of watering stuff down. Get out of that stuff, bro. It's leading you to hell, bro. Real facts. Zero lies. Peace.